This is Rohini Baba from Chandigarh Polytechnic College, and today I'm going to tell you about the sidebands of AM. So I'm going to share a screen with you so that it will be helpful for you in your further studies. So let us start with the sideband. What a sideband is? It is a band of frequencies containing part which are lower and upper frequencies of the carrier frequency. Both the sideband contains same information. We already know that both the sideband contains same information. In this image, you are able to see that a signal part and the lower sideband will be Fc minus Fm and upper sideband will be Fc plus Fm, and in between there is a carrier frequency Fc. Now start with the different sideband and start with the DSP-SC carriers. It is a carrier, if this carrier is suppressed and a power save is distributed in two sidebands, then this process is known as double sideband suppressed carrier system or DSP-SC. So here there is a demodulator part of it, that how a DSP signal can be demodulated and sent to the receiver and received by a receiver. So here a double sideband suppressed carrier signal will be given to a product modulator as an input. On the other hand, local oscillator generates some frequencies, we can say some high frequency signals that that is generated by the local oscillator. So both the frequencies or the signals are product modulated and multiplied by the product modulator, and we are in the output we got a modulating signal. After the using of low pass filter, you already know that, you all are aware of it, that low pass filter has it's a band pass filter who passes only the low frequencies and the for the output. So here we got a message signal and the output of low pass filter. On the other hand, how we generate a DSP-SC signal generation. Its generation is the modulating signal MT, all know about it, and here it is a multiplier which multiplies the modulating signal with the carrier one, and the signal will be modulated with the double sideband suppressed carrier one. So the output is like that it is a lower sideband position of the carrier and it's a upper sideband. So carrier suppressed and the sidebands are allowed to be transmission. Now, what are the advantages of DSP-SC modulation? It provides 100% modulation efficiency. Due to suppression of the carrier, it consumes very less power and it provides a larger bandwidth. Disadvantages would be it involves a complex detection method because we use a product modulators, low pass filters, etc. And using in this technique, it is sometimes difficult to recover the signal at the receiver. It's an expensive technique when it comes to the demodulation of the signal. So next, what are the applications of DSP-SC? During the transmission of the binary data, DSP-SC system is used in phase shift keying methods, which we will study later on in this PPT. So in order to transmit two channel stereo signals, DSP signals are used in television and FM broadcasting also. Vestigial sideband. Let's start with the vestigial sideband. So vestigial sideband modulation is a process where a part of the signal, or we can say the part of some signal, LSB vestige is modulated along with only one sideband. Both of the sidebands are not required for the transmission as it's a waste, but a single band, if transmitted, leads a loss of information. We already know that. Hence, it is a technique has evolved. In this picture, you are able to see that here we have two guard bands. So it only in this VSP we can receive only a one part, and which will loss of information sometimes. So VSP modulation will be like in upper sideband and lower sideband both, but within the guard bands. So how we can generate a DSP signal? So modulating signal is here. You already know that it is information signal. Balance modulator, which modulates the carrier and modulating signal. It produces DSP-SC signal. After that, sideband filter. It produces only one sideband. VSP signal will be there after the sideband filter. Then it amplifies the signal amplified by the linear amplifier and power amplifier. After that, it transmitted to antenna, whether it's a receiver part or transmitter part. So, VSP modulation advantages. So, what are the advantages? First one is it's highly efficient. A reduction of bandwidth will be there, and a filter design is easy, and high accuracy is needed. The transmission of low frequency components is possible without any difficulty. Processes good phase characteristics. Now there are some disadvantages of VSP modulation. First one is that is a bandwidth when compared to SSB is very greater one, and the demodulation is a complex. Applications we can use it in television signals, and where so it is a most convenient and efficient technique when a bandwidth is considered, and standard application is a TV television signals or TV transmission. Let us start with the SSBSC, that is a single sideband and suppressed carrier. The process is suppressing one of the sidebands along with the carrier and transmission. A single sideband suppressed carrier system is known as that one. And as the figure shows, the carrier and the sidebands are suppressed. That is, lower sideband under carrier position is suppressed already, and only the information carried by upper sideband which has to be allowed for the transmission. So, for generation of SSBSC system, we need a phase modulator, a phase shift method. This is for generation of SSBSC signal. So, this method is very important for your further studies or in exams. So, phase shift method. Let us start with that. Phase shift method. In this method, a modulating signal is applied to the modulator 1 and a phase shifter. Same, phase shifter changes the phase by 90 degree, and a modulator product one that it takes a same signal which carries a 90 degree phase shifter or a oscillator, carrier oscillator, which produces a signal also in the product modulators. So here we can see it that a modulating signal with a 90 degree phase shift can applied to product modulator 2, which modulates it, and the output goes to the other. On the other hand, the product modulator 1, which multiplies the carrier oscillator frequency and a phase shifter with the modulating signal. It multiplies all that signal and gives the signal to the adder. So here in this case, we got xt as a signal multiplied by Vc cos 2 pi fct, which is your carrier frequency, and on the other hand, xt with the bar, that is your signal with your 90 degree phase shift, into Vc sine 2 pi fct, and we got at the output, that is SSB with a lower side band. Let us start with the advantages. So what are the advantages of SSB? Its bandwidth or spectrum space occupied is lesser than AM and DSP signals, and transmission of more number of signals will be allowed in that. Power saver, so power is saved in this, and hyper signals can be transmitted. Less amount of noise will be present, and signal fading is less likely occur. So disadvantages, we have only one disadvantage or two disadvantage with that. Generation and detection of SSB signal is complex process, and the quality of signal gets affected when SSB transmitter and receiver gets affected unless we got the SSB transmitter and receiver has an excellent frequency stability. Now, let us start with the applications. Applications will be military and some military communications, television, telemetry and radar communications, radio communications, in land, air, and maritime mobile communications, and point-to-point communications, which will be studied previously. Now, let us start with the comparison between these three: DSP-AC, SSB, and VSP. So, starting with the DSP, less transmitted power than a full AM and transmitted power is used. On the other hand, SSB signal has a good bandwidth utilization. On the other hand, VSB occurs a compromise between SSB and DSP-AC. Now, DSP-AC requires a coherent carrier at the receiver, which results in increased complexity in the detector. And on the other hand, the SSB, a good power efficiency preferred in long distance transmission of voice signals. So BSP is a standard for a television a transmission of TV and similar signals. On the other hand, DSPS is suited for point-to-point communications involving the transmitter and one receiver, which would justify the use of increased receiver complexity. On the other hand, for the SSB, demodulation is very harder as compared to full AM, and it extracts a filter design and current demodulations are required. So in case of a VHP, bandwidth saving can be significant if modulating signals are of large bandwidth as in TV and wideband data signals. So if you have any queries, you can ask me up. This lecture is all for today. I hope you'll understand it and it will be helpful in your further studies. Thank you.